Hi, Roberta here. I have a journal. It's actually a cookbook that I made for a friend's daughter as a shower gift. And I used this paper pack by Paper Studio, which is available at Hobby Lobby. And no, I did not pay $19.99 for it. I would never pay $19.99 for a paper pack, but it's very nice and it's very vintagey and I like it a lot. So I made another attempt at using my cinch and didn't go too badly actually, except that I think that after I give it to her, I'm actually going to ask her to give it back to me so that I can rebind it with a larger wire. I used a 3/4 inch wire and it's already a little chunky and she hasn't added anything to it, so I think I want to put at least 1.5 inches, maybe a 2-inch binding on it, but I've got to get it to her. So here it is. Every one of the papers in here is from the paper pack. It's lined with paper from the paper pack as well. There's a manila envelope here that I just covered with some papers from the pack. This is just a Ziploc bag that contains some tabs. I thought she might want to choose to put those on herself or not. I added an acetate sheet and I just put a little post-it note on for her explaining that I cut the sheet so that it can be pulled off and pushed back on easily so that she can put it any place where she wants to protect her pages while she's cooking. I thought that seemed like a good idea. Here's a common kitchen measurements chart that I found on Pinterest. She's young, she's never lived alone, and I don't know how much she knows about cooking, so I thought that might come in handy. So there are divider pages throughout. So this one is for beverages. And behind each one of the category divider pages, there'll be some type of a pocket, and in it, some type of a recipe card, either blank or with something on it. All of the recipe cards came from Pinterest, I believe. And this is a stamp that I have, which is Hero Arts, and that might have been full price or I might have gotten it on sale, but that's a nice stamp. And then I had some pages that I made double-sided, one of the pages double-sided, that just says notes and recipes. So I guess when I call it a cookbook, it's not a cookbook in the traditional sense of the word because it's not loaded with recipes. The second notes page is only one-sided, and then on the back of each one of those I put some type of a little tuck. And in this case it's a banner tuck and another recipe card that I found on Pinterest. The idea of this recipe book is really for her to fill it up with family recipes or recipes from friends or recipes that she finds and tries and likes. So appetizers, and on the back another pocket. There's a rolling pin sticker there, and I think this is the exact same recipe card that was in the previous tuck but made a little bit larger. And again, I used that stamp. And then there'll be another 2-sided recipes and notes, and another 1-sided, and another tuck spot. And this time I put some recipe cards that have some of my recipes, which were from a recipe swap that I did for another group, and I just made some extra copies. This one is soups and sauces, and again on the back of that we have another pocket, and here there are some, this is actually just cutouts from one of the pages in the paper pack. And then another sticker of a slotted spoon, and another recipes and notes page, and on the back a different tuck spot. I did find some, I would call them pretty vintagey. They look like they're at least 60s or 70s recipe cards. I found a whole Ziploc bag full of them at a thrift shop. This is a Sizzix die that makes looks like a miniature folder, file folder, and then a Stampin' Up die of a jar. And then the bread section, and behind that a larger pocket which I didn't put anything in, some more stickers, more of the notes and recipes, and on the back of that, another banner type tuck spot with a spoon. I don't think that is a sticker. I think that was one that I stamped from that stamp and then cut out. I had a bunch of these at home back from when they used to send you a couple of these in the mail, hoping that you would subscribe to the whole recipe thing, and so I put one of those in there. Now we're on to main dishes, and this one is kind of a double pocket, so it's got the one pocket here with the flap, but another pocket there, and these are some more of my own recipes from that recipe swap. So she does have some recipes to start out with, just in case she really has none, and more of the notes and recipes pages. And then this time, instead of a tuck spot, there's an altered paper clip with another one of those vintage recipe cards. Side dishes and another pocket, also a double pocket, opens up here and also here, and another one of my recipes in there, and a spatula sticker, and then more of the notes pages, and another another banner tuck spot there. And I think I just used this, which is an EK Success punch, and I cut out this spoon from one of the pages from the kit or from the paper pack and just glued that on there, and another one of my recipes. And then for the grill, and a pocket there and a stamp here, and this is another one of those recipe cards that they, send you trying to sell something. And then again the notes pages, and this time a little apple paper clip with another recipe card that I found on Pinterest stuck under it. Now desserts and some pictures, some stickers of desserts. This is a washi tape, cupcake washi tape, in another pocket, and another recipe card from Pinterest. And then again the 2 pages of notes, and on the back of the other page another one of those recipe cards, this one from a different company, and another banner tuck spot with a cutout fork from that stamp. And then this one I left blank, and I told her that she could write on it herself or let me know, because all of this is saved on my computer, and I could make another category for her. I found this on Pinterest, just thought it was adorable, little girl baking, and another pocket with some stickers on it. And again, the 2 notes pages, this time one of those file folders, and another vintage recipe card, and then on the very back inside page, a doily with some more of the, no, these aren't stickers, these were cutouts that were sent to me by Shirley from another group, and I don't think Shirley is in the Junk Journal Junkie group, but she's in another group with me, and she sent those to me quite a while ago. And so I just sort of folded it over and put the doily on, and this gives her another space to put recipes that she might cut out of magazines or whatever. And yeah, see, it's not closing properly from the back to the front, and I think that's also because it's too small. At least I'm hoping that's why. But other than that, I like the idea of just going part way with this instead of trying to go the whole way. And what I did differently this time is I kept all the pages uniform, and what I did to help me with that, which worked out really well for me, was I made a template for the cover, which I'll keep for future reference, and then I made a template for the pages with a little reminder to glue things on in such a way as to leave room for the margin where the binder was. And then I made a template for punching out the punching the pages so that I got them all in the same spot, and that was well worth the few minutes that it took to make those to help me out. These are the little cutouts that I mentioned that were from my friend Shirley, and they're all kind of vintagey, and I thank her for those. This one is from Hobby Lobby that I picked up, and I've used some of the stickers for this cookbook and some for another. And these, I want to say I got at one of my local craft shops. And these as well, these are really cute. They're called Country Cookin' Die Pack. And I've never heard of Ruby Rocket, to tell you the truth, but this was also at a small local shop. And it came with all of these different die cuts, and I haven't come close to using all of them yet. And this one, I believe this one I got from eBay, and it was one of those ones that comes from China. And then I still have, just aside from the whole paper pack, just a lot of leftover papers that I can use for pockets, tabs. So these are way too big to throw away, so I definitely will not be throwing those away. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be with you soon with another video, I hope. Take care and have a good night.